All right, so this is going to be an add-on video for the downloading the data sources, but this one, instead of Helium 10, we're going to use Zonguru. So there's just a few different reports we need for this setup. The one thing you want to make sure you do is go ahead and change this from Helium 10 to Zonguru. And if you're watching this in the future, there may be some additional kind of main keyword sources. And you'll see when I change that, it just changed the ASIN folder location here. The files that you're going to get from Zonguru are essentially the ASIN files. There's a keywords on fire file, so I'm assuming that you're not having Helium 10 in this example, so I'm going to turn Cerebro off. You are able to import both of them if you have both of them and you wish to do that, but you don't have to. Brain Analytics, I'll just keep that. Actually, I'm going to turn everything off but the Zonguru files. I've got a video that goes over how to import all these Amazon files and whatnot. So Helium 10 extension, I'm not going to need that, and then I'm not going to need these. This will make this video go a little faster. This also illustrates an example of kind of how you can choose which files you want to import, but the main thing to understand here in this example are the core files we need from Zonguru are the ASIN related files that we're going to get from their it's called their listing optimizer tool, and then their keywords on fire is their Cerebro style competitive keyword tool that compares. They can actually compare up to 25 ASINs, which is interesting, but we're only going to grab the top 10, so I'm going to show you how to do that. They've also got a really nice Chrome extension, and they've really got some cool metrics in their keywords on fire report that Helium 10 does not have, like PPC bids and stuff like that. So we pull those into the listing wizard and can kind of look at things side by side. It's pretty interesting. So if you've watched the data import video for Helium 10, you'll have seen where we, in step one, type in our main keyword here, and then you hop up to the menu here, hit search Amazon. That's going to take you to Amazon. And then in this example, I'm using the Zonguru Chrome extension, so you'll need to just download that from their web portal that you have an account through. And then you just click on the Chrome extension. Then the Chrome extension data pops up underneath here. All right, and a couple things with Zonguru, just make sure your custom columns, you've got kind of everything enabled here. And then for your top 10 ASINs, you can sort by BSR. I'm not quite sure why the sales and revenue aren't in here. Maybe they're having an issue right now. Sometimes that happens, but the idea is the same. You're going to pick the top 10 based on performance and relevance to your product, similar to what we covered in the previous video. And then you're just going to copy and paste those ASINs here in this section here in step 2. And then just make sure that your ASIN is shown up here in number 1. So for our example, ending in 298, that ASIN is what we're saying is our ASIN. All right, and then once you're done with those 2 steps, you're just going to hop over to the data source hub and come back up here. You don't need to enter any sort of ID for Zonguru. Helium 10, we entered that in the previous video here, but you don't need that for Zonguru. You do need to be logged into your Zonguru like web portal, so you can see here I'm logged in and I have access to it. And then what we're going to go grab now from Zonguru is the ASIN files from their listing optimizer, the keywords on fire report, and then the Zonguru extension file. So we could have already grabbed that. I think it's actually going to open us up in another Amazon window, but I'll just show you that example when I get to it. So anyway, what you'll do is the same process as the Helium 10. You just hop up here, and because we have the Zonguru toggled now, when we go to download new data, it's going to open us up to some different URLs. Okay, so you can see 3 URLs are opening here. We've got the Amazon search page, which is the exact same one we were just at. Let's go ahead and we'll grab the keywords on fire report first. I've already got one here kind of our sample products done, but I'll show you how to add another one. Essentially what you're going to want to do is just go back to our sheet here and copy our 10 ASINs and just make sure it's in this order as well. So I'm going to Control C, and then I'm going to go back here, and here's where you type in the ASIN. So you just paste all of them in, and they're separated by spaces, so that's good. And then you're going to just name it a session. So I'll say Demo 2, and then run keyword analysis. It does take a few minutes to kind of finish. It'll run into a queue here, and then you can come back in a couple minutes and it'll be done. But as you can see, I've already got this one done. All right, so once you're done, just go ahead and click on this little eyeball, and it's going to actually open you up into the analysis where we can download the data. All right, and then once that opens, you're just going to go over here and export it. So click there, export to CSV, and the code for this one is ZG, capital ZG. So you'll see here, I'm going to save it. We're going to go exactly how we did in the last data import video, and I'm going to go to my test here. And actually, you know what? I already saved a kind of quick link there. I showed you how to do that in the last video. So ZG is where we're going to want to save all of the ZG files. And then you can see here, this one is called ZG. So this is the Keywords on Fire one. I've already got one downloaded for this example, so I'm not going to download it again, but that's what you would name it, and then just hit save, and then you're done. So you can see the other ones we're going to do here is the EX is the Chrome extension, and then you've got the 10 ASINs the exact same way we did it for the Helium 10. You're just going to go 1 underscore and then the ASIN. So I'll show you where to get those ASIN files. We'll do that next. All right, so the listing optimizer, this is pretty cool how they do this. Essentially, you need to start a session here. Same deal, just type in a name, start new session, and then as soon as you have one, you can pretty much do what we need to do. So there's not a way in the Zonguru web app to open up all of these tabs all at once to kind of the listing optimizer page, but that's all right because it's pretty fast. You're just gonna copy and paste now from our list here into their listing optimizer, and you can open up 8 at a time. So we're gonna open up 8, and then we're gonna open up 2 more, and then just save those 10 similar to how we did in the previous video. So you're just gonna click this little plus button, and then I'll show you how to do a couple here just as an example. So we'll grab kind of our ASIN here, type it in there, hit add listing, and then you'll see as soon as we say add listing, it's going to pull in all of the listing information, which this is what we're after. So it's really cool too. They have some way, I don't know how they do it, where they're pulling in the search terms. So there's a place in the listing wizard where we can plug that in for our competitors and make use of it. So you can see here, you can click this plus, and we'll just buzz down through and open 8 of these. So I'm just going to copy that guy, enter ASIN, add listing. So you're just going to do that 8 times, and then you can see it opens up in tabs here, which is kind of nice. So you do want to be a bit careful. You don't want to grab this download here. There's 2 places you can download data. So if you accidentally do that and save it as the ASIN file, it won't work. So you need to make sure you just download it here. So I'll do an example here for our ASIN. I'm just going to go back. You kind of toggle between tabs. You want to make sure too you're on the right ASIN. So you may want to do like one ASIN, download the file, delete it. The next one, just to make sure you get the right data for the right ASIN. But once you're ready to save it, export to CSV, and then same deal. We're going to use our kind of quick link that we've already saved. And I'm going to go keyword sources, ZG, and then it'd be this guy right here, 298. So we'd save that and then move on to the next one and get all 10 of those. And as soon as we're done with that, we've got all the Zonguru data we need for the ASIN file. The last one is going to be our extension file. So I'm going to go, actually I already have it open in this one, so I'll just go to this one and show you. All right, and then once you have the Chrome extension open, you just need to make sure that your 10 ASINs are accounted for kind of in this report that we're going to export, and they should be because you've used it to find your top 10 ASINs originally and copied over the ASIN. So all you do is download your CSV, and then same deal, we're just going to name this EX and put it in the Zonguru folder, and then we're done. All right, so I'd go up here, keyword sources, Zonguru, and then EX right there, and that's the third type. So there's the ASIN files, the Keywords on Fire, which is the ZG, and then our extension EX, and it's capital letters as well. All right, so that is it. Because I have these checkboxes open like that, and I didn't have any of these other checkboxes open when I ran the download data, those were the only tabs that open. Now let's say though that I want to import some other data along with this, like my brand analytics, I want to do my search query reports, Let's say I want to do my advertising reports. And for the fun of it, let's bring in our helium-10 report. So we've got our Chrome, or we've got our Google Drive folder here, and this is just kind of a refresher. So if I go back to my keyword sources, you've got the ZG folder. This is the one we just added everything into. You've got our helium-10 folder. So this is going to be the previous video if you go and watch that. Now, the settings that I've got set right now, we're just going to import this file from this folder because I don't have anything else selected. The CR is not selected, and then we're using the Zonguru main keyword source right now, so it's not that pertains just to the ASIN files, so it's not going to pay any attention to these. And then if we back up to the Amazon folder, you've got your 10 search query reports, and we're pulling in our advertising report. That's our search term report. Our brand analytics and then our advertised products needs to come in with the search term report. And I'm also grabbing the search term impression share. So this is a pretty good example of combining your Zonguru data with Amazon data. And for the fun of it, I'm bringing in a helium-10 report just to kind of show you how it works. All right, and then once you're ready, it's the exact same process we went over in the last video. You're just going to hit import data into Keyword Dominator. And then this little prompt will pop up. Go ahead and hit yes. All right, so once you're done, hit OK, and you'll see these last few kind of updates happen. The blue means everything was found and looks good. So you can see that. This one here doesn't turn colors, but it lets you kind of double check that all 10 of them came in. So you can see our ASIN files came in, our Zonguru keywords of fire came in, brand analytics is all good. And then similarly to the last video, some of the data gets sent to the sheet right now, specifically like our brand analytics data will be here. Our opportunity explorer, if we did import it, we didn't import that. Our search query report data will be in here now. So we've got that. And then if you wanted to add a custom list, you could have checked that box, or you could apply any list you want in that section. And then our Zonguru tab here is going to be blank at this point, but after this next step we're going to do, it's going to automatically bring in the data. It's actually in the tool right now, the keywords on fire data. It's just hidden. So what you're going to want to do though is make sure these settings here are what you want, specifically the top two. You can change the alpha ASIN threshold after this next step we're going to do. But all right, and then when you're ready to add your Zonguru competitor keywords to the target list for the first time, you're just going to come up here and pick from build target list. Instead of helium-10, we're going to pick Zonguru, and we're going to pick add keyword on fire keywords. Now, if this is the first time, which it is, you're going to click no on this screen. For subsequent times, you could theoretically come back to this page and adjust these settings and get some additional keywords if you want to. And in that case, you pick yes at this prompt, but we're going to pick no since we don't have any keywords on our target list yet. So you can see it imports the ASINs there and all the data underneath, and it's pretty much just kind of calculating everything in the background, looking at the score right now. Anything 3 or more now is going to get pushed over to the target list, and then that listing wizard tab is going to get updated for us. But you can see kind of all the top 10, top 30 search volume metrics get updated here. All right, and then once that script's done, you can hop over to the listing wizard tab. You'll see all your keywords that were added here to your target list. You've got all of the data populated now, and you can kind of start working with it. So that's pretty much the setup for the Zonguru. Now, one thing you'll want to do is if you're using Cerebro, which that's kind of the setting by default, you will need to switch the view to see the keyword on fire metrics. So you can come up here and just click Zonguru, or if by chance you've imported both and you want to see everything kind of side by side, you can use this view preset, but we're going to pick Zonguru, and just make sure you kind of clicked out of that cell before you click that arrow, and that's just going to toggle on the Zonguru keyword on fire columns as opposed to the Cerebro. All right, and now you can see over here in the keyword research section, it's showing us all the Zonguru metrics. I really like that they have PPC bid. I think that's really powerful. I haven't seen that in very many tools before, and it's pretty accurate too. I've checked it on some that I know kind of what the average CPCs are, so it's pretty cool. All right, guys, so that is pretty much the setup for the Zonguru integration. Pretty simple, just kind of 3 new file types that we're downloading and importing them into the system the exact same way as we do the others. And you get to this sheet here, and then everything else from the main data import video remains the same. So you can go back and take a look at that video if you haven't, and I will see you guys on the next training video. Cheers.